section which we are going to deal with is email. So what do you mean by the word email, or what is the full form of the word email? Email stands for electronic mail, is it? You know that E stands for electronic. Email is the short form for electronic mail. It is a tool for sending messages to a person who is far apart. For sending messages between individuals who are residing far apart, you can use the tool email. It is an electronic way of sending messages to a person who is far apart. Okay, so in your textbook page number 165, you have the definition for email. Email stands for electronic mail. It is the most widely used tool to send messages electronically on a network. First we can study about the advantages of email. Okay, first point, low cost. That means if you are having an internet connection, you don't want to pay anything more for sending a mail. Okay, so it is of low cost. Second point, speed. At the moment you click the send button, it will be within seconds, it will be reached by the receiver, or it will be sent to the destination. So within seconds we can send a message from one person to another person who is geographically afar. Third point, waste reduction. And the other way of sending messages was through writing letters, is it? So we want to write the letters in a paper and we want to cover it using another cover, and we have to send it. So after reading the letter on the receiver side, then we will put in the dustbin. If we are sending a message through online, no such wastes are there. So waste reduction will be waste reduction is one of the advantages of email. Next point, ease of use. A very easy way to send messages. And the last point, then record maintenance. That means when you open your account, when you open your email account, you can see how many messages you sent and which day, which time, to whom you sent. Everything will be recorded there. So there is a record maintenance also. Fourth one, patience. If you are sending a letter, at least 2 days it will take to reach the message, to reach the letter onto the receiver, is it? But here, if you are sending a message through the email, it will get by the receiver, it will be reached to the receiver within seconds. These 6 points are the advantages of email. Okay, now we can study about the limitations of email. Hardware requirement. Even though it has all these advantages, for sending an email, we need a hardware. That means either your phone or you need a system. That means a computer, and it should have a internet connection also. Then only we can send or receive emails. Okay, so it is one of the limitations. Impermanent. Next one, impermanent. Impermanent means even though all the records are maintained, we have an option for delete it also. So if you delete it by chance, then we can't get the record maintained. So you should keep in your mind whatever things you should keep. Otherwise, if you delete it, then we can't recover the deleted mails. We can't recover it to an extent. So it is a problem. Then third problem, it is a hasty medium. It is a very speedy medium, is it? The message will be sent or received by the person within seconds. So after sending a message, if you changed our mind, if you want to change any of the content inside that message, cannot be done even though. So we can tell it as a limit. Hard to convey emotion. That is the most disadvantage of using electronic devices, electronic equipments. Hard to convey emotions. We can convey our emotion through the words only. The person who is receiving that message, or if the person who is reading that message didn't understand the emotion which we had sent, it is a problem. Now we studied about what is an email and advantages and limitations also we had studied. Now we are going to deal with how to send an email message, or how to read a message that you had received. Before sending an email, we need an email address, is it? Even though if we have a phone with us, it should have a SIM card inside it. That SIM card provides a phone number. Only through that phone number we can contact with another phone, isn't it? We can contact with any other person, is it? If you have a phone with you and your friend is also having a phone, huh? Even though you and your friend is having mobile phones with you, see, you have a mobile phone with you and your friend is also having another mobile phone with you. Even though you both are having mobile phones, it should have a SIM card and you should have a mobile number, isn't it? You should have a mobile number. And in the same way, your friend should also have a SIM card in his mobile, and he should also have a mobile number. Is it? Only through that mobile numbers you can contact. Is it? If mobile phone without any SIM card or without any phone number is of no use, is it? So, mobile number should be there for communication. In the same way, if you want to send a message, if you want to send an email to any of your friends, or if you want to send an email, you should have an email address. You should have an email address. And the person who is going to receive that message should also have email address. Should also have email address. Then only the message passage will be, or the communication can be practical. Communication can be possible only through the email addresses. What is an email address and what is the structure of an email address? We can study that. Username @hostname. This is the structure of an email address. Username @hostname. This symbol is called symbol. Okay, and the right part of the symbol is the username, and the last part of the part after the symbol is called hostname. Username can be any Lords VPLY @gmail.com. See, this is the official email ID of our school. So, you can see Lords VPLY, Lords VPLY, VPLY is short form of Varanthapalli, Lords VPLY @gmail.com. So, here there are two sections. One is before the symbol and the other is after the symbol. So, the portion that is before that symbol is the username. So, our username is the Lords Varanthapalli, Lords VPLY. Now, the section after symbol is the host name. Host name, and our host is Gmail. So, gmail.com. So, we had created this email address in Gmail. Like the same way you can say Rediffmail. The same Gmail is our host. So, our host name is Gmail because Gmail is hosting. Hosting means Gmail had provided an account. Gmail gave us a space to create an email address. So, we have to add that host name with our email address. Since we had used Gmail, we are using gmail.com. The same way another hosts are Rediffmail is another host. Then Hotmail is another host. So, in such so the email addresses which uses such a host, the host name will be changed. If you are using Rediffmail as your host, our email will be changed into lordsvaranthapalli@rediffmail.com. If you are using Rediffmail as our host means somebody who is giving a space to host means technically host means something that is giving us a space to create an email account or to communicate through using that email account. That is a host, and our host is Gmail. Rediff mail is another host. So if you are using Rediff mail for creating our email address, our address will be changed into lordsarandrapilli@rediff.com, rediffmail.com. If your Hotmail is another mail, another host, if you are using Hotmail as our host, then our email address will be changed into lordsarandrapilli@hotmail.com. Okay, so now at present our host is Gmail. So our email ID is lordsarandrapilli@gmail.com. So the part before @ is called username and the part after the @ is called host name. Okay, so this is the structure of an email address. Okay, email address, and here in the textbook page number 165 it is clearly given as username. On the left side of @ separator is the username, a name that cannot have blanks. One of the rule for creating a username is that it should not have any blanks. That means if you are writing it like this, Lords, then if you are leaving a space here and if you are writing it like this, it is an error. Don't write email address with blanks inside that. Okay. Now, host name, domain name for the host server. Domain is the technical word for host. Domain is the technical word for host. Okay, or domain is giving us a permission to create. Domain is the portion to the right of the @ identifiers the server or host or network that services your email. It is sometimes also called email server.